So, hallo meine Freunde, herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Thea 2. Jo, wir haben letztes Mal eine Domination Victory geschafft. Das heißt, jetzt machen wir nur noch kurz die Hauptquest. Das wird mit unserer Stärke relativ schnell gehen, glaube ich. Sammeln auf dem Weg natürlich ein, was wir so finden. Und ja, unser kleiner Goblin ist zu einem Geist geworden. Ist jetzt per se nicht so das Geiste, aber solange sie damit glücklich ist, die Sasa. Ach Gottchen, Krähen. Lass uns doch in Ruhe. The day is clear, yet suddenly before you hangs a singular dark patch of thundering clouds. It's moving fast, but it will not cross your path. Seems interesting, investigate from a safe distance. Ach, der Chart, genau. Demon Deal, bitte im Farewell. So. Da dies alles nix Überragendes. Oh, der Geist steigt auf, ist ja jetzt auch wieder Level 1. Intelligence ist super. So, wir wollen dahin, damit wir am leichtesten übersetzen können. Moment, kriegen wir das so hin? Ja, so klappt es auf jeden Fall, dass wir von beidem was sammeln können. Das ist schon mal eine gute Sache. Noch immer kommen diese Krähen hinterher. Kann sein, dass das hier schon die letzte Folge wird und wir da wirklich einfach durch die Quest rasen oder dass ich vielleicht auch die Folge was länger mache. Ich weiß es noch nicht. Ihr seht es jetzt wahrscheinlich unten an der Zeit der Folge, also in der Länge. Ja, make a quick dash for zack. Wir kennen das mit dem Treibstand. Das ist alles kein Problem. Und wir alles kriegen. Ich will den ganzen Kram doch gar nicht. So. Moment, vielleicht mache ich es lieber so. So passt es relativ gut. So, Research wieder. So, wir haben wieder einen Punkt. Können den in 100 Scrolls stecken. Wir haben 8 Punkte. Es ist also kein Thema, hier hinzugehen und dann einfach mal kurz ins Wasser. Ach, hier. Hear beautiful flute melody and see 3 women wearing sparse white garments whirling around in a circle. Their energy and laughter are infectious and they beckon you to come join them. Ja, komm. The melody is so sublime, dance is exquisite, kein Problem. So viele, durch die man durchscrollen muss. The pretty ladies dance so nicely and the melody is so sweet. But as you dance and dance, you feel something is wrong. Before the demons can siphon your life force, you break free. The demonettes are gone and you even feel you gained something here. Gut, leave. So. Zack, einmal hier hin. Dann kurz an Land gehen, wenn ich darf. Was haben wir denn hier? Ice Spike kann der einfach lernen. Wie geil ist das denn? Ice Spike ist eine geile Sache. Also, für ihn ist das besser als Reliable Argument im Zweifel. Shadow Elf. Stärke ist gut. Stärke ist immer gut, gut, gut. So, wir schauen hier bei Research. Haben die jetzt gerade... Ja, perfekt. Das sieht man doch immer wieder gerne. Und hier haben wir doch jetzt auch wieder ein paar Materialien gekriegt. Ja, damit kann man mal was kochen. Wir nehmen mal das zusammen mit den Eiern. Damit fangen wir mal an. So, und gleich haben wir es geschafft. Dann sind wir bei der Hauptquest wieder. So. Perception ist super bei Vladdy's Love. So, warte mal hier.
You come across a small settlement, or at least what typically passes as one for scavengers. It is shabby and dark and smells of rotten flesh.
Ah, ja, das ist für die Hauptquest, weil es hieß, da sollen wir uns drum kümmern und die loswerden. Aber vielleicht gibt es auch andere Möglichkeiten. Take a closer look quietly.
You see people sitting around a badly made fire. There are a few kids, thin, feral looking. Some grown-ups with visible ailments such as skin growths, missing limbs, scabs, coughing up blood and such. Some of the people have weapons. 5 by your count.
Approach.
The settlement goes quiet, and a small group approaches you with weapons drawn. a middle-aged, heavy-set woman rolls in from behind the armed group and speaks, her voice distorted by scabs covering her lips and face.
Who are you then? You come to stick us.
Say that you do not want to harm them, but you were asked by the Red Ridge bandits to get rid of them, and for the sake of divine providence you must do so. Nod and admit that this is what you came here for before the fight. Say that you came here to warn them that the bandits have new allies and are about to come and kill them all. Das wäre eine Idee. Is that
The
outcome?
woman in charge spits and curses the bandits.
You good fresh folks. You never too clever. But I guess I was wrong about you. Be thanking you. We go, quickly.
Yay, 3 Intelligence für 2 Charaktere. Wait for them to leave, then report your success to the bandits. Die Banditen sind dann wohl da. Also es gab 2 mögliche Quests, die wir für die erledigen konnten. So, Bit of Research. Heute können wir kochen. Ja, im Zweifel. Warum nicht? So, Level up für unseren Steintroll. Good luck, ist super. So. So, Bandidos.
So, you done the deed?
Yes, killed the scavengers. Ach. Ha! I say, you've gone and done what I've been trying for a long while. Gods be damned, you good you are. Go in, look around the cave to your heart's desire. We ain't gonna bother you or your odd friend. Who knows, you might have made us into honest folk yet. Now that we don't have so many scoundrels about, we may settle. Gods be good to you, friend. Wer sich jetzt fragt, was war nochmal mit der Höhle? Da war wohl sowas wie das Epizentrum des Zersplitterns? Shattering? Nein. Thank him and go inform the alchemist. 15 Punkte Slawien, okay. Da ist die Höhle. Können wir in der nächsten Runde hin. Dann, oh, Convincing Voice steigern ist super. Und hier Intelligence steigern. Intelligence steigern ist auch immer gut. So.
You finally enter the Red Cave, and you now realize the meaning of its name. The walls and floor are rough, layered with blood-red moss and black veins. Faint crimson light lingers beneath this odd canopy, pulsating quietly in slow rhythm.
Wait to see what the alchemist wants to do.
He stares, his mouth wide open and eyes lit up, and gestures for you to move forwards.
Okay, ich setze mich kurz ein bisschen anders hin. Kann sein, dass das bei dem blöden Stuhl ein bisschen komisch klingt. So, go in.
You move through this odd tunnel and find several paths, some leading to small alcoves that are clearly used by the bandits as storage. Other paths are entirely collapsed. The only remaining way leads to what looks like an entrance to another larger tunnel, but there is a membrane blocking your way.
Ask the alchemist what he thinks.
The scholar takes his time to study the membrane, then speaks.
It is beyond me for now, but the samples tell me it is infused with old magic, yet at the same time is organic. Odd, very odd. I see 2 ways. We can work on a mystical solution, or, well, bash it.
Orc or strength, force it open. Zack.
For a time, you are sure the membrane will not break. With every swing, the odd substance simply repairs itself, and the gooey slime stings your skin and hurts your spirit. But finally, your force overwhelms the thing, and as you push through it, the barrier collapses in on itself.
Take a look around.
You stand in a dark chamber, covered still in the strange moss, but here, you see a deep hole in the middle, the earth and stone around it torn from within. And from this hole, cracks spread out like the sun's rays. They are small here, yet you see bright light within, and you sense enormous power within, pulsating, spreading. And yet from your divine connection, you also sense that this is a mere outlet, not the source.
Oh. Turn to the alchemist for answers.
Fascinating. I've heard of such things. Of course, inanimate yet living is not a thing of myth in Slavia. No, but at this scale? This cave, it has residues of great power, but also echoes of life. Alas, I admit, I need help if I am to solve this.
Ask if you can help.
Unless you happen to be a dwarven stone master, or perhaps an ancient who still remembers, no. We need to search for an expert. I will of course remain here, study this cave more.
Ask where to search for such experts.
That is an excellent question. I would wager that traveling to the lands of stone and metal where dwarven survivors now dwell is a sure bet. Now, you could also look for some elder long-ears, elves that is. Once they're old enough, the likelihood that they meddled in the affairs of the world grows exponentially. Find them in ancient forests, and who knows, maybe goblins or orc know something. Just remember to find their villages, not just random folk.
Any other options?
Failing that, I do know a place, but it will be a matter of brute force and likely much more difficult. A dwarven smith of great renown is held captive by trolls. I happen to know where. Go, free him, and he will be unbound to aid you.
Thank you for the help and leave to search for the expert. Das heißt, ich kann jetzt entweder sagen, wir versuchen den... Moment. Das sind alles Quests. Ah, da ist ein neuer Ort. Ich denke, das ist am einfachsten, dass wir versuchen, den zu befreien. Das geht am schnellsten. Und dann schauen, was der uns so zu sagen hat und wie er uns helfen kann. So, wir haben immer noch genug, um Kram zu kochen. Das ist eingestellt. Gut. Zack. Immer wieder diese Lightbringers. Was wollen die auf dem Level von uns? You cross the woodland, you come across some wild piglets. Where there are piglets, there's surely an overprotective mother nearby. Cautiously observe the area. Mama boy is surely nearby. Set a trap so you separate the pack and only hunt a smaller batch. Come, protective. Better not risk harming the young circle on the pack and leave. It's harmful to the herd to kill piglets or the mother. Instead, separate the weaker males to hunt them. Ja gut, so geht's besser. You try to separate the pack, but you fail and are forced to kill the mother and the young. This isn't the way of nature, but you do get more meat and leather. War nicht so geil. Woodlandkin und Forest Demons hassen uns. Welcome chosen. I can't stay and chat, but I hear you are making progress in solving the whole shattering business. I was sent to give you this and wish you luck. The gods watch over you. Bye. Einfach mal eine zusätzliche Cosmic Seed. Wir könnten also jetzt tatsächlich sogar insgesamt 2 Siedlungen bilden. Oh, der Elf kriegt Warshout besser. Hier, Destiny ist ein bisschen seltsam. Strength ist super. Mysticism ist ja auch sehr gut. Punkt hier drin. Das heißt, wir können sagen, wir nehmen One-Handed Polearms. So. Wir müssen dahin. Da ist ein Zwerg, den wir finden und befragen müssen oder befreien oder was auch immer. Ich weiß ja, was da letzten Endes los ist, aber ich bin mal gespannt, wie das bei euch so ankommt. Boah, diese Lightbringers sind halt langsam auch wirklich lästig, ohne Ende. Either love knows no bounds or there's something wrong with the stork, but your unliving friend got really friendly with someone and the stork decided to deliver an offspring into their cave. Sasa und... Was? Und vor allem wird krank dadurch. Rejoice. Ach, ist ein weiterer Goblin. Shaka. Was war das? Gilt eigentlich Dings, für den Shadow Elf haben wir ja inzwischen eine Waffe, oder? Ja. Bitte sehr. Besser als nichts. Gilt Sasa immer noch als Goblin? Nö. Aber gut, es war mal ein Goblin. Und der Storch ist... Der Storch braucht Hilfe, professionelle Hilfe. Das Ding hat 4,9, das ist besser. So, nun... Sudden gust of wind heralds, yeah, orc people lived on the plains for decades before settling to seek cover as fast as you can. Dig, zack, kein Problem. Leave. So. Der Goblin muss natürlich erstmal wieder ein bisschen in der Moral nachholen, damit wir wieder ein bisschen schneller unterwegs sind, aber in der Zeit sammeln wir halt hier ein bisschen Getreide. Damit kann man auch kochen. Vielleicht werden es doch eher 2 Folgen, aber ich glaube, dann wird die nächste ein bisschen sehr kurz. Hört mal. Ihr versucht es auch immer wieder. Ich glaube, ich mache einfach eine lange Folge draus und mache das auf jeden Fall zu Ende. Boah, lasst uns in Frieden. Schweinehunde.
You discover the ruins of an ancient city. Within its shattered walls, you spot an entrance to a dungeon. This is where the alchemist said the dwarven rune grandmaster is held captive by trolls.
Go in.
The dungeon was clearly designed to keep some large creatures captive. You spot cells where massive skeletons lie chained to the rock. Some may even belong to dragons.
Beast or night demon, smell your way into the dungeon.
This place was clearly a prison of some sort, built to hold extremely large creatures, perhaps even dragons. Some cells hold the skeletal remains of such monsters, and other cells are empty or contain piles of ash. Your keen sense of smell tells you there are creatures yet living in this underground place, and you also catch the distinct odor of old stone soaked in spirits, likely the dwarf you are looking for.
Explore the old cells first.
As you enter one of the cells, a trapdoor opens beneath your feet, and you fall down into a dark space with squishy debris under your feet. You hear the sound of stones slowly moving somewhere nearby.
Dwarf or goblin, a classic trap. The walls are going to squash you and your guts would normally feed whatever beasts still lived here. There's usually a hidden safety switch, so find it. Perception on night creatures. The walls are moving. Try to find a way out quickly. Get your bangs and try to find out where you are. Here kommt Dwarf or goblin.
You quickly make your way to where you know such a switch is embedded, and you stop the trap. You can now collect any goods in peace before moving on.
Yay, dragon bones. Try to find that dwarven prisoner now.
You make your way into a deep, dark tunnel that collapsed at some point in the past, and is now propped up by odd pieces of stone and metal. Finally, you get to the end and find a large prison cell. In the middle of this huge space designed for a dragon, you see a lone drunken dwarf, singing and talking to himself.
If I were a rich man... Oh, how did it go? Hey, over the mountain pass, my gold lies. Hey.
Speak to the dwarf, but try to stay alert as there are bound to be guards here after all. Perception or dwarf. Stay hidden and examine the cell for any weak points, guards and such.
With every step, you observe the walls and floor that surround you and notice irregularities. Soon you become aware that these tunnels are alive. Eyes are watching you from the shadows, and slow, heavy creaks of movement follow your every step.
Speak to the dwarf, but remain vigilant of these observers.
Guests here? Oh, you best keep your distance, laddies, else the rock shits will have you for lunch.
Ask if he means trolls. Where are they? Say you have no time to chat. Tell him you need to get him out so he can help with an urgent matter. Red cave, that seems to be the key to the shattering. Na, erstmal. Ask if he means trolls. Where are they?
They're here, sleeping or watching, who knows. Why are you here? Come to laugh at me, eh?
Ask him why he's here and for how long. Ask him what this prison was for. Tell him you need to get him out so he can help with an urgent matter. Red cave. Why he is here. Nee, what this stone prison was for.
Research, knowledge, understanding. Bah, I was never cruel. I loved my subjects. I cared for them. They suffered for the good of dwarf kind. Not that those stoneheads deserve it. No, they will pay.
But what sort of knowledge did he need from all those large beasts? Tell him you need to... Yeah, come.
Mythical beasts, powerful demons, troll kind that is so akin to us dwarves. They held their secret and the runes that I was able to craft. Epic. No Grand Master could ever match me, yet they all shied away from it. The shame.
Ask him why he is here and for how long.
Why, so you're not here to laugh? I was the head of this here prison. A grand old rune master. Grand Master. Me, yes, one of the elders. That was me. Then the ground shook. The prisoners got away and my kin washed their hands of me. Said I was crazy. Fools. Afraid to spill some blood. Then the trolls and their lot decided to punish me.
Ask him what this prison was for. Hatten wir doch schon. Tell him you need to get him out, yeah.
The dwarf cowers and turns away from you as he mutters,
I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted to help. Too late now.
You are suddenly very aware that the walls around you are not walls. They have eyes, They have mouths and arms, and they are smiling at you.
So you want our toy, do you? Play with us first.
Say you would like to talk about this.
The doors to the cell open, and the ground beneath your feet changes to slippery mud that pushes you in. From the dark corners, you also see several more sets of eyes. Some red hot, some ice cold, all large and angry.
Magic user, keep talking and ask them if they will release the dwarf, but also quietly prepare a ritual that will let you attack them in the spirit realms. Then convince them that a long time has passed and you need the help of this dwarf to help stop the shattering. Tell them they should not be like him, or else they will remain his prisoners for good. Attack, damn this dwarf and run for your lives. Magic user.
Tree roots break through the floor. You hear another voice answer, an old, tired voice.
We keep him here as he kept us. He took pieces of us. Now we cannot leave this place. So he stays, suffers with us.
Ask them what exactly was done to make them unable to leave.
The dwarf answers your question.
I took their hearts. I needed them to make one, a magnificent one. They live only as shells, a Waracus, but grander and better. They cannot leave, for it is my runes that keep them alive now. And no, I cannot craft them better ones. These are already marvels beyond your small brain's understanding.
A Waracus?
Ah, creation of my peers. A marvel of metalworks, rune mastery, and something else. Armor that moves and has a heart. Humans often claim they are creatures man-made. Wizard spells gone wrong, curses, but it is not so. Harnessing life to awaken stone and metal, the basis of my own work as well.
Use the ritual and attack the creatures. Wir haben da einen Dormant Lishi und einen Rock Troll. Auto Resolve. Klappt ja super.
When you defeat the creatures in the spirit world, their physical bodies turn to dust and bone, as if it was only through mystical powers that they yet lived. The dwarf breathes a sigh of relief.
Well, I admit, I didn't think you'd do it. Bravo!
Mithril Relic. Was kann das Ding hier? Dinner for 2. Each killing blow will heal a portion of health of 2 random allies. Geile Sache. Tell him he is not free yet. He must now help you with the Red Cave mystery.
Aye. Despite what my kin say, I have not forgotten my honor. I will repay my debts, but centuries in this cell have made my brain foggy. Take me to your cave. I will rest and do the work.
Agree and take him to the Red Cave.
The alchemist appears en route with a jovial smile.
Ah, so you went straight for the fight. Good. This old fella's not what you call ethical, but he knows his stuff. Let me take him off your hands now. Come see us in the Red Cave when you can, and perhaps we will have some answers for you.
Before you are able to answer fully, the alchemist wraps his hands around the rescued Grandmaster and breaks open a vial of purple liquid, making them both disappear. You think they went into the Grey World, although only goblin shamans are known to travel that way.
Leave. Moment, ich muss mal ganz kurz aufstehen. Ich muss ein bisschen Licht im Raum anmachen. Es wird nämlich dunkel, gerade während ich aufnehme. Und das ist ein bisschen blöd für meine Augen. So, jetzt. So, alles wieder gut. Wir müssen zurück zur Höhle. Das werde ich werde es jetzt wirklich in dieser Folge fertig machen, auch wenn ich weiß, dass dann noch eine Sache vorher gemacht werden muss und sowas. Es sollte trotzdem nicht ausreichen, um damit noch eine weitere Folge zu füllen. Ambush bei Bandits. Kein Problem. Oh, Treasure Map. Was will ich denn damit jetzt noch? Das interessiert mich doch alles nie mehr. Ich will doch jetzt nur noch nach Haus. Das reicht leider gerade so nicht. Wenn ein Punkt fehlt, ist es echt deprimierend. So, wir haben ordentlich Getreide auch gesammelt. Machen wir doch mal Pierogi. Weil wir es können. Und das ignoriere ich jetzt einfach. So. Und hier haben wir jetzt das fähig. sieht es eigentlich jetzt mit der Moral aus? Braucht noch ein kleines bisschen. Aber ist auf dem richtigen Weg. So. Komm, Pilz mit Gemüse. Gleich haben wir es geschafft. Ach ja, Cave, bla bla. A Sleeping Bear, ja. Observe a while longer. Ritual of Cleansing. A small bear figurine is the totem to which the bear's curse is bound. Yeah, continue to cleanse the cave. Just to release the human spirit, lay the bones to rest. The richest bones. Ja, es ist jetzt gerade alles nicht mehr wichtig. Ich möchte jetzt in dieser Folge auch fertig werden. Na gut, was heißt in dieser Folge? Es wird eine lange Folge, aber trotzdem.
You enter the Red Cave. The alchemist looks up from his many scrolls and vials. Found some answers for us?
Yes, tell them that he knows full well that you rescued the dwarf.
Ah, yes, of course. I was just testing you.
Ask about the dwarf.
Oh, him. Odd sort of fella. 5 minutes in and he wants to test this cave with some dead things. In any case, I sent him to a forge to make me a rune. Don't worry, he's under guard.
So did they discover anything?
Yes, the old sod is mad. He calls this an Earthstone cave. Says it's one of the arteries of the Earth Heart. Now what he refers to as the heart sent him off on an anxiety attack. He mumbled to me about the sacred duty failed, stone guards misused, and more importantly, the world breaking.
Can you get more sense out of the dwarf?
From what I gathered, the cosmic tree is the linchpin that holds divine power, and it is also the guardian against darkness. But what no one knew was that at the core, deep, deep beneath the earth, the roots are connected to a heart, an earth heart or seed. He does not know why the earth shattered without the heart, but he knows it is connected. Now, this heart not only feeds the tree, but also keeps something else at bay. The dwarf called it the Burning Light. With the emergence of the Lightbringers all over the land, I suspect it is a creature of theirs.
Keep listening.
These red caves or life caves are like the veins of this heart, living stones. The Grandmaster would not say how. He insists it is a dwarven secret and shall not be told. But most importantly, judging from this place, he said the heart is gone, dead or stolen. And this set him off like crazy. Couldn't get much more out of him after that.
Does he know where to find this heart, or at least where it was taken from?
Yes, the life caves are connected, so I had the Grand Master carve me a rune to open the passage from here. This will take us to the central chamber, where a stone ribcage awaits a new heart. I strongly suspect there to be a creature of light guarding it now. And I have been warned that ancient heroes may stand guard, and that even if a heart is gone, they will most likely be only more aggressive in their duty.
But wouldn't they be dead?
I don't know how the culprits got past them, but no, they stand guard still. Something about runes made of mythical hearts that the Grandmaster was very proud of.
So what does the dwarf need to get us to this inner chamber and reforge a heart?
Well, since you embarked on this direct approach, not seeking aid from other factions, I am afraid brute force will be needed again. There is a forest, and within it lies a special tree. Some say it is an elven druid who became one with their domain, and that there are more of them in the ancient forests. Who knows? The dwarf wants the blood of the druid tree.
Isn't there another way? Oh, not that I know of, but you never know. You've surprised me before. Read to look for the druid tree. So. Da unten, das ist doch nicht wahr. Okay, vielleicht sollte ich doch da eine weitere Folge draus machen. Wisst ihr was, ich mach's. Weil ich glaube, es wird jetzt doch noch ein bisschen länger, insbesondere das nächste Gespräch und dann, ja, wir werden auch auf dem Weg wieder Begegnungen haben und der ganze andere Kram. Also, ich mache dann doch hier nochmal einen Schnitt und die nächste Folge wird auf jeden Fall das Finale. So, das entscheide ich jetzt. Ich hoffe, ihr habt trotzdem Spaß, lasst konstruktive Kritik da, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder, wenn es wieder das Let's Play Thea 2. Bis dahin, Cheerio!